All right, when is disease a good thing? We always associate disease as being something negative, which generally, to be honest, it is. Now, I'm not saying that being diseased is good, but what I am saying is how we respond to that can be, in fact, very positive. We always talk about, is there a silver lining in any type of cloud? Interviewed a guy the other day diagnosed with some horrible bowel, inflammatory bowel disease at a very young age. And basically, it basically caused him to reevaluate all aspects of his life: nutrition, sleep, exercise, other habits, and he put it into remission, by using diet and some of the other things, which we see quite frequently. And, when you think about if you got diagnosed with a disease tomorrow, whether it's cancer, diabetes, heart disease, how would that affect you? Would you, woe is me, and you check out? And, and so many people do this, and they go into the healthcare system, and the doctor kind of hangs crepe, as we like to say. And, there is very little good news. Hey, it's okay, you can take these drugs for the rest of your life. But it really becomes very disempowering, becomes depressing. You become dependent upon others for your own very well-being, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Most diseases, I would argue, can be, if not put into remission, significantly improved to the point where it's a little more than an inconvenience in many cases. I see that quite frequently all the time. And when you think about it, when you are labeled with a disease, you're diagnosed with something, you start thinking about your own mortality. Hey, maybe I'm not going to live forever. We all know this eventually, but we don't really, we don't think about that day to day, thankfully, because it's kind of depressing to think about that. I'd asked in a meeting this morning, I said, hey, what do you guys think about living forever? And, no one really wanted to live forever. I mean, in general, because you think about it, if you live forever, everybody dies. Assuming you're the outlier, and you're the guy or the gal that does that. You see your children die. You lose touch with everything you grew up with, what you understood. Maybe you could integrate, maybe you couldn't. But realistically, and you think about it. Well, I don't want to live the other, but I don't want to die tomorrow either. So when does that change? Maybe if you're 95 years old and you're like, everything's life is miserable, then it's a different thing. You're just kind of somebody put me out of my misery. But how you respond to challenges in general in life, and disease is no different from anything else, can be very empowering. There are people that get diagnosed with a disease and then they just totally change their life. They become super active, fit, productive people. They value every second on earth, and they make the most of that. Whereas other people, it's almost like I said, some people just kind of linger in this sort of subclinical disease state where they're just kind of, just kind of sick, but not sick enough to have a diagnosis, and they're not motivated to change. And, in my view, if you can reach down and grab some belly fat, you got a disease, in my view. And so that may not be motivating enough for you. You might have to wait till you get the formal diagnosis of diabetes or formal diagnosis of hypertension or, God forbid, cancer or something else to finally kick in. So think about it as if you already are, have some particular disease, think about it as how it could be a blessing to you in disguise, in that how you could potentially react to this. And there's no reason you can't, in my view, do everything you can in your power to empower yourself to overcome those diseases. I'm super excited. Again, I'll just talk about Rivero. Again, we just hired a couple more clinicians. We're bringing more physicians, clinicians on board to help with the expansion as we bring this type of philosophy to the masses. It's working in cooperation with a supportive healthcare team that gets this desire not to be just medicated for the rest of their life. That's not what we're about. We are about empowering people where possible, getting people off medications where possible, putting diseases in remission. And I'm super excited about this. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys keep optimistic. And if you are struggling, hey, think about, the things that you could do that could improve this. And again, I know it can take a lot of energy and effort, but it's worth it in the end. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think. We'll talk to you soon. You guys take care.